You cry at commercials. You feel other people's moods before they say a word. You feel music in your chest. A stranger's pain becomes your pain instantly. And your whole life, people have told you, you are too sensitive. You need to toughen up. So you spent years trying to feel less, to react less, to need less, and you are exhausted. Because you were never broken. You were extraordinary. And no one told you. Stay with me. Because what psychology says about people like you will change how you see yourself forever. You have probably spent most of your life believing your sensitivity is a flaw, a glitch, something to apologize for, hide, manage, medicate away. You learn to perform toughness, to laugh things off, to say, I am fine, before anyone could notice you were not. But performing toughness is the most exhausting role a sensitive person can play, because you were never meant to feel less. You were meant to finally understand what your feeling is for. Think about the last time you walked into a room and immediately sensed the tension before anyone spoke, or the time you felt a friend was not okay before they said a single word, and you were right. That is not weakness. That is your nervous system operating at a frequency most people cannot access. Psychologist Elaine Aron identified this trait in the 1990s. She called it high sensitivity, and she found it in 15 to 20% of the population. It is not a disorder. It is not anxiety. It is a neurological difference in how the brain processes experience. Highly sensitive people process information more deeply. They notice more. They feel more. They connect more dots. And that is not a glitch in your wiring. That is a gift operating without a manual. Here's what research actually shows about people with high sensitivity. You have stronger activation in the brain regions responsible for empathy, awareness, and creative processing than non-sensitive people. You literally perceive things others miss. Subtleties, details, the thing no one said out loud, the shift no one acknowledged. That is not too much. That is depth. And the world desperately needs people with depth. Think about every deeply moving piece of art, music, or writing you have ever experienced. A sensitive person made it. Every great therapist, teacher, healer, artist, and leader who ever truly changed someone was likely a highly sensitive person. Your sensitivity is not a liability in this world. It is a leadership quality that has been mislabeled since childhood. But here is where it gets complicated. Because sensitivity, without understanding, becomes suffering. When you do not understand your own wiring, you absorb everything. Other people's pain becomes your responsibility. Other people's moods become your moods. Their stress becomes your stress. Their chaos becomes your emergency. And without realizing it, you empty yourself completely, trying to hold everyone else together. This is the dark side of the gift. Not a reason to abandon it, a reason to finally learn how to use it wisely. So what does it actually look like to reclaim your sensitivity as a strength? It starts with one shift in how you see yourself. Stop framing sensitivity as a reaction. Start framing it as a radar. You are not overreacting. You are receiving. Your body is picking up real information. The question is what you do with it once it arrives. Step 1. Learn to distinguish between your feelings and other people's feelings. They are not the same. Before you absorb what someone near you is feeling, ask, did this belong to me before I entered this room? This one question creates a gap between sensation and reaction. And in that gap, you have a choice. Step 2. Give your sensitivity a deliberate outlet. Create, write, volunteer, heal, teach. Pour it somewhere intentional. Sensitivity needs expression, the way a river needs banks. Without direction, it floods. With direction, it moves mountains. When you stop apologizing for how deeply you feel and start directing it, everything changes. Step 3. Protect your energy like the resource it is. Sensitive people need more recovery time. That is not weakness, that is maintenance. You are not antisocial when you need to recharge. You are intelligent about your own nervous system. The world overstimulates sensitive people constantly. Choosing quiet is not running away. It is coming home. Your nervous system is a precision instrument. Treat it like one. Step 4. Find your people. Because sensitive people need relationships where depth is not just tolerated, it is celebrated. One person who truly sees you is worth more than 100 who make you perform smallness. You do not need people who tolerate your sensitivity. You need people who are grateful for it. Because sensitivity shared with safe people does not drain. It connects. It heals. It transforms. And here's what I need you to understand above everything else. The world is not too much for you. You were made for this world. This world just forgot to leave instructions for people like you. Think about the most meaningful moment someone helped you. I mean, truly helped you. Changed something. The person who did that, I would bet everything, was a highly sensitive person. Sensitivity is the telescope. When everyone else is using the naked eye, you see further. You see what matters. But only if you stop treating the telescope like a burden and start using it like what it actually is. You are not too much. You have never been too much. You were always exactly the right amount for the right life. And the life you were built for needs exactly the depth you carry. I want to ask you something. When did you last let yourself feel something fully, without apologizing for it? Not performing it, not managing it, just letting it move through you the way it was designed to. That is what sensitivity without shame looks like. That is your natural state. Before the world told you to shrink, you are not broken. You never were. You are a person who feels the world at full volume. And that is your greatest gift. The question is never whether to feel less. The question is finally learning how to use what you feel. I work with sensitive people every week. And the moment they stop fighting their own nature, everything shifts. Their relationships deepen. Their creativity explodes. Their exhaustion begins to lift. Because they stopped spending energy fighting who they are. Your sensitivity makes you a better friend, partner, parent, colleague, and human than you will ever fully know. Do not let another person take that from you. Do not let another year go by apologizing for your own depth. Drop a comment below. Tell me, what is one thing your sensitivity has shown you that others around you missed? I read every single one. And share this with the sensitive person in your life who has been told they feel too much. This video is for them. New videos every week on the psychology of knowing yourself and becoming who you already are. Subscribe so you never miss what comes next. Because you came here for a reason. You were never too sensitive for this world. This world has always needed someone exactly like you. You do not need to come down to their level. You need to finally rise to yours. I will see you next week.